Hey, so in the last video I mentioned two vampire books that I had read, and I sort of didn't want to get up and walk and find them in the middle of the video, but I got them now, and I'll do a quick review here. The first one is, I'll let the right one in, this is the movie cover version. The only reason I wanted to read this book is because the movie is just phenomenal, and I'll probably do a review of that, at some point. But basic gist is you have this man and this woman, not a man and a woman, a man and a little girl, move into this apartment complex in Sweden. I think it's Sweden. It could really be transplanted anywhere, but basic idea. They move into this apartment complex, and there's a little boy that lives there, and he's kind of disillusioned and lonely, and he gets picked on. So he befriends this girl, and he only sees the girl at night. Ding ding. So of course she turns out to be a vampire, and the man that she is with, the book dives into it a little more, but basically he goes out and finds victims for her, but not to kill. He kills them, drains them of their blood, and brings the blood back so she can feed. But anyway, she and the boy sort of grow close. The boy sort of loves her. She sort of wants him to, keep his distance, if only because she knows the complications. I think she's like 200 years old or something. But either way, it's actually a very kind of sad love story. Most good vampire books have sort of a love story at their core. Not all of them, but most of them. This one is one of those, and it's a very innocent kind of love, between the two kids. It gets a little weird at certain points, but the story itself is very, very well done. It's very original, and the title is sort of indicative of the kind of old approach to vampires. The old approach to vampires. Whereas they need to be invited in to a house or whatever. They can't just enter, without your permission. But either way, very, very cool book. Like I said, I'll review the movie. I think I like the movie a little bit more. It's this one's a little long-winded. It's pretty thick. But the movie is definitely worth watching. But yeah, check it out. The other book, and I got this a while ago as an advanced reader copy. And I kind of read it in one sitting. Just amazing. Supposedly part of a trilogy that's planned, and the way the book ends, you know it's going to continue. But the problem is, with Del Toro, he's doing The Hobbit, and he's writing with another guy, Chuck Hogan. But with Del Toro doing The Hobbit, I don't know when the next book's going to come out, which kind of sucks because this one was awesome. Anyway, The Strain. I think the non-advanced reader cover is pretty much the same. Anyway, this one deals with an airplane lands in New York, JFK. I think it's JFK. I've never been to New York. I don't know. And pretty much as soon as it lands, all the lights go out and the power to the plane goes out. It just goes black. And all the shades are drawn. So anyway, SWAT's called in and stuff like that. They think it's some sort of terrorist thing. So, I'm sorry, I know this sucks. Just swine flu. Oh. Anyway, SWAT comes in and they investigate. And they finally get on the plane, and everyone on the plane is dead. But they're all sitting in their seats, eyes open, just dead. No sign of struggle, no nothing. They test for gas, there's nothing at all. They search the cargo, and the only odd thing is this really 8-foot long black box. So they take all the bodies out of the plane. They take all the cargo out and they put it in an empty hangar overnight. When they come back, the box is gone and all the bodies are gone. Just disappeared. They review the tape, and the box looks like something shadowy comes out of the box. And kind of darts away. And the rest of the feed is cut. Anyway, so the dead passengers start showing up at their families' homes, their homes, and everybody thought they were dead, so they're kind of going crazy with this whole thing. But then the passengers start turning. And it turns out there was no sign of struggle, but there were two little marks on their neck. Tiny, very close together. Actually, I think it's more like a triangle thing. Anyway, apparently in the black box there was this ancient vampire. It's been around forever. In fact, there are these flashback sequences with this guy that survived the Holocaust, that this vampire would come into the concentration camps and kill off the weak people in their sleep and feed off of them. And these vampires, if you've seen Blade 2, their mouths open and this little thing sticks out. Well, this one, from underneath their tongue, this little kind of extra tongue, I guess, darts out, and that's how they feed and transmit the virus. So, it's been a while since I read it, but you have this guy that works for the CDC, and he meets up with the guy from the Holocaust, and they sort of get this group together. And slowly, though, the vampires start taking over New York, and no one really knows what it is. Eventually, it gets tracked to the vampires have kind of carved out a hollow, if you will, underneath the ruins of the World Trade Center. So it really is kind of neat. There's a lot of moments that are just really gory, really messed up. But it's just an awesome new vampire idea. And it's treated more as a disease than your traditional vampire thing. But really recommend it. It does end on a cliffhanger, and you are going to have to wait until the next book comes out, I think. It is a trilogy. So you might want to wait off on it, if only until other parts of the trilogy come out. But at some point you have to read it. It's just really awesome. And it's written like a Del Toro movie, so I could very easily see this becoming a movie. But yeah, The Strain, Del Toro, Chuck Hogan. Worth a look. Alright, I'm probably going to have to take something for this, so have a good one.